She had invited me to dinner a month after we broke it off. One thing led to another, and we had sex. We thought it meant more than it did. She got angry and filed charges.
Sounds like everyone involved was wrong but you.
Yeah.
Where were you yesterday between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m.?
Astoria. I was previewing a house.
Your story for yesterday, can you confirm that?
Yes, I was only realtor out of the property. I'd used the lockbox to get in. That information is faxed to the listing agent. Korean Properties in Jamaica.
Can anyone else corroborate your alibi?
Yes, my business partner, Kimberly Phillips. She knows where I was.
Miss Lennon, you spoke to a patrolman earlier?
Yes, I told him I'd help after I finished my studies in the Colo. This is about Labor Day. The man I saw running in the park. You want me to look at pictures?
That's why we're here.
No. 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 Detective Munch, it's been 2 hours. Must I keep looking at these?
Would be a mitzvah.
Are you?
Why don't you do 12 more of the 12 tribes?
You are, aren't you? Okay, 12 more. Kim, that's the putz who ran into me and called me a Jew bastard on Labor Day.
You're sure?
These things you don't forget.
Jean Dussault, Canadian, deported. Cassidy, put a call into Canada and see if this guy's registered.
Anyone know that area code? Let you know.
Oh, I've got to start walking back to Riverdale.
Walking? I'll put you in a squad car.
Now, Shabbos starts in 10 minutes. I can't be in a car. God protects when you observe. The Jews have kept the Sabbath, and the Sabbath has kept the Jews.
Yeah, and the police will drive you home. I'm not going to let you walk to Riverdale. Even with God's help, you're not going to make it through the South Bronx. You stay?
You stay.
Whoever invented lockboxes, I love it. We hang one of these on a house we're listing, and any agent with a license can get inside without us being there.
Do you have a fax for yesterday coming from your property at Newton and 28th Street?
How should I?
Did you do much business with a Richard White?
Saved up quite a bit. We specialize in low-income housing. White Phillips attract low-income buyers. One of the white based in Manhattan. Probably gives their class an uptown feel before they buy a shell of a fixer-upper.
Okay, thanks.
Money fits. You're welcome.
What's out my check for Labor Day?
Mr. White was at the property 4 p.m. yesterday. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Is selling money pits a crime?
Once I got him, the Labor Day rapist. Oh, you got him? What are you, long-range? Okay, we got him.
I called forensics. They never matched the pubic hairs found on the Labor Day pic to anyone, so I gave him to some. The DNA and his hair showed up on a prior record.
Bingo. Where is he now?
Put to Canada, they're looking for him.
Oh, that's great, Cassidy. While Dudley Do-Right's out searching the 10 provinces, it's about 4 million square miles. Dussault could have come back into this country and done good show. He's still a suspect.
Yeah, go ahead, Munch. Rain on my parade.
I don't just want to rain on your parade. I want to blow up all the floats.
Where are we going?
Lower East Side. I spoke to Ken Maggio's PO, the sodomite. He works in a donut shop there. You got a Ken Maggio working for you?
Maggio? Well, the cook works minimum wage. He's baking in the back.
You say Pete?
Best in town. I'm not sure if that's a yes.
Police looking for Kenneth Maggio. He committed sodomy.
Trying to ruin my rep.
You beat it to that one. Doesn't look like you're going to be getting that pastry chef job at Boulay Bakery. Oh, would you look at this? What a cliche. He shaves his head trying to make himself look different, or he just makes himself look more and more ugly. What's next, huh? Fake glasses? Fake nose?
Does this turn you on?
What do you want?
Isn't it a little dangerous for you to be around all these helpless donuts?
Come on, what do you want? Your alibi yesterday, 3 p.m., 5 p.m.
Home. I was home. You're not lying to say, because that would be bad. Very bad.
You better talk to us, because we're looking at you for rape homicide right now.
Fitzgerald.
Bet you prosecuted me.
Hey, you can't pin that one on me. I was with my lover. A guy named Frank Stern. Lives on James Street.
Saying you went over to the dark side, the love that dare not speak its name. How convenient. Too gay to rape a DA, huh?
You want to know why? I'll show you why, huh? Here. See? See? They gave me a welcome bath at Elmira. Soap and sulfuric acid. Can't even rape a freaking ant.
Guys,
check this out. Teddy Kennedy lands in the water at Chappaquiddick on July 18th. Neil Armstrong lands on the moon July 20th. Think about that.
And?
You don't find that amazing?
Nope.
You're learning, Jeffries.
Hey, Munch, what's up with your donut store guy?
Well, let's put it this way. The guy will never be accused of a crime involving penile penetration. Want to know why?
Yeah, why?
Acid on the scrotum.
Oh.
So does anybody look good for Labor Day?
Yeah. Cassidy helped forensics nail a guy named Jean Dussault who was deported to Canada. Only Canada can't find him, so they got the dog sleds out looking for him now.
Well, keep on him because Dussault's Labor Day MO is very similar to the Fitzgerald rape, okay? Now, your guy, what's his name?
Richard White.
Yeah, him. Where does he sit now?
Well, his alibi looks good for Fitzgerald, but I went through the White trial transcript. Fitzgerald lets him plead down midway through the trial, not before just dragging his ass through the what he had to have paid her.
All right. John, I want you to talk to the date rape victim, Louise Billy.
And Jeffrey's got a hold of Fitzgerald's best friend and attorney.
John Simon. She's coming in this afternoon.
All right, well, you should get some background there, too. Let's get it.
Richard could be a really sweet man. Sometimes he'd get abusive. Push me around. Make me do things sexually that I really didn't want to do.
Like Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde.
I started losing weight from the tension. I couldn't sleep. Broke it off after 3 years.
How did you
He was calm. He said he understood.
How did you react to that?
I kept on bumping into him. We'd make a little small talk and then he'd move on. It was more like talking to an old friend rather than a lover.
How often did you run into him?
I don't know. 2 times a month.
Do you think when these meetings were odd in a city this size to accidentally cross paths how often?
My shrink says it was a classic case of cognitive dissonance. So, we ran into each other again. When Richard was in a particularly mood, I invited him for dinner. He got drunk. And then I was in Mr. Hyde. He grabbed me and threw me down. He told me to crawl to him and beg for forgiveness. And I did.
Probably saved your life. It wasn't weak to get courage to face him in court.
Karen Fitzgerald gave me the strength to do that. And after it was all over, do you know what Richard did? He sent me flowers with a note that said no hard feelings. How long did you know Karen? Since law school. We were very close. They don't teach you self-defense in the New York law books.
Did she ever say she was afraid of anyone?
Never. She was fearless. Not trusting, not naive. Fearless. We'd go out to eat and guys would hit on us. She'd flash her ADA's ID badge at them and they'd disappear. Can you think of any incident, regardless? Weeks later, and she still said nothing. Do you see him on this page? That's him.
Whoa!
White sends flowers to one Vic, smiles at another Vic. They get rattled. Therefore, there's no way to stalk anymore.
An assisted DA's murder. Maybe they'll change the statute.
I got White's trial transcript from Jeffries. His partner Phillips was a character witness.
Yeah.
She might be the weak link. If you were clean, why would you stay partners with garbage like White? Maybe she's afraid? Maybe. See if that's what she says.
Yay!
Phillips!
Is this the house Mr. White was at 4 p.m. Thursday?
Yeah, it's all in the sorry, so that it's all in the broker's. Here, I'll say. When I get the key, it makes a record of my visit.
So now all your information is being sent to Good Rock.
That's how it works. How do you know what you're like? Well enough. He's my business partner after all. Chief. I met Richard when we were at an open house. Well, we've been talking about the big realty companies eating up our commissions, and so you basically went into business with a complete stranger. Well, actually, I said no. Kind of blew him off initially.
What turned you around?
He did a real sweet thing. You know, sent me flowers with a card that said his feelings weren't hurt or something like that. Well, he's persistent. That's what it takes in real estate. We kept running into each other at these open houses, and you know, he pitched the idea to me. And, after a while, it started sounding good, so I said, why not?
And you've done well together.
Yeah, very. Oh, I have a closing in about a half an hour. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. If we need anything else, we'll just give you a call.
Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, bye. Well, she's holding out.
Me too. So tell me why.
White's a suspect in a rape homicide investigation. I'd be afraid to talk about him too if I were.
But he's threatening her. She could always come to us. Why cover for the guy?
Why did Louise Billings let him into her apartment? He controls. Somehow he controls.
I know you fixed the but let's not forget the source to the question.
Munch, Cassidy, and Canada are dealing with their soul. We're hanging on to White until we have a reason not to.
Fine. Assuming White's our guy, I think Phillips knows what he did.
No. But I think that he's got something on him. Enough to make her do what he asks.
You check with the priors?
Yeah.
Zero.
I understand this guy, Don. He hates women who take control. He always finds some way of getting it back. Louise Billings took control by breaking it off with him.
Yeah.
White raped her to control her. It's the same thing with Fitzgerald. She took control by prosecuting him, disparaging his reputation in the courtroom. You know what he did to get control back from her?
What?
We would never talk to him.
What if he won't come in voluntarily?
That sounds to me like you would enjoy taking you alive, but if you won't come nicely and instruct you for a violation. What was it like before you became a detective?
What?
What was what like?
I mean, did you wear a uniform? You're still wearing one now. Although,
Oh, come on now. We're not here to talk about me.
I get it. Enough about me. What do you think about it?
Well, for openers, your alibi for Fitzgerald is shredding.
Oh?
Yeah, the lockbox. Seems that anybody could have used it if they had your code. You didn't have to be there.
But I was.
See, this is what's weird because your partner says you weren't.
She wasn't telling the truth?
How can you be so sure?
Right. You dress down, but you're very attractive.
Is this some of your famous charm work?
Yeah.
It's Detective Benson.
I know. A year and a half in special victims. Graduate of Seattle College. It's public record.
Yeah.
You can find almost anything if you know what it is.
You know what you are? You're a nosy partner.
And you're a bitch.
Did I hit a nerve?
I don't have any nerves. How about you?
Yeah.
You see?
Look, I got a quaint turn of the century rackle to show unless you've got some evidence over me.
Go with God, Richard. The accident back on the street.
Give it your best shot. You didn't help this time. We're gonna get back here.
We got two things for you. We saw some dead Canadians down in Poland in a witch's boob and a shack when you saw in Canada. Looking on Skag.
Okay.
Poor guy.
Yeah, imagine trying to score a smack in a place called Minnesota. Must have been hell. Probably easier copycat turds.
Okay, so to solve that, it said at least one is our lead contestant.
What's the other thing you got?
I know a guy in the real court. I had him look into White Phillips. They don't just sell houses, they make loans.
I thought that was legal.
It is, but most of the people that deal with are low income. They don't read the fine print, and 70% of the loans wind up in foreclosure.
The bulk of their income comes from high interest and high penalties. The loan division makes much more compared to the realty division. So they don't make out selling off the foreclosures.
Only the loan division makes up because they own these foreclosures. And here's the rub.
Yeah.
Phillips is not a partner in the loan division.
So she closed down squat compared to
Yeah. Oh.
Just want to say, Kimberly Phillips, Maggie Temple, and Richard White's, and
Yeah.
She'd like to put the top for yourself on it. You get a free toast
Yeah.
about it? You can't get one.
Oh.
Sounds like a good idea.
well, it might not sound like such a good idea when a detective swarms all over your bank.
There's not pressure involved.
Yeah.
You have money, whatever. Believe me, you'll- Don't mention the money.
Phillips deposits a paycheck from White Phillips Realty every week, and she deposits
How
cash.
much?
$3,000 in cash every week.
Check this out. White Loan Company withdraws $3,000 a week, puts it on the miscellaneous expenses. That's the part Phillips gets for non-ownership. Tax-free income.
$3,000 a week under the table. Not bad.
Sound like he's approximately still put away with $3 a week for the college fund. Stay here, look. Kimberly Phillips, huh? Hey, the name's there? Thanks a lot.
What is it?
Just got the printout from the lockbox when we were Saturday.
Does it work the way she said it did? Is her name on it?
No. His name is. She's carrying around White's beeper.
Let's talk to her again.
We don't give a damn about your financial dealings. That's for the IRS.
So we don't give a damn about the IRS unless you're not willing to talk to us. The way I described the beginning of the partnership wasn't totally accurate.
Okay, so where'd you leave out?
At the start, he told me that we'd be dealing with low-income clients who were basically finding the legal man.
What?
That didn't sit well with me, so that's why I turned him down.
So you've got a conscience, so?
He didn't take my refusal as easily as I'd said. He got this really frightening look in his eye. I thought he was going to hit me in front of the other workers.
Yeah.
When he pulled himself together, I got the flower the next day. And he had no way of knowing my home address. That scared me.
Doesn't sound like the beginnings of a beautiful friendship. You're frightened, then what? Think he's following you?
The day I said yes to the partnership, he followed me to an open house. I saw him in the rearview mirror. He would have called the cops. Well, they blew me off. There's no law against what he did. There's some harassment law, but you have to say that you're afraid for your life or that you've been threatened. He was offering me a job.
And the job will pay you $150,000 per annum tax-free. I'm sure that's what you made up.
Yeah. Okay. He used the same threat to get you to provide an alibi for the Fitzgerald rape.
He told you to use his beeper to open that lockbox that they didn't.
You knew his history. You've been in the courtroom with Fitzgerald, so how did you put it all together? I did.
What?
He threatened to kill me if I said anything. And I knew that he would.
Give him a word for Mr. White. Back, please. Have this developed and run this to the ESGA machine. Pull up all the writings on the page above it.
Hey, check this out. The map of Central Park. I circled the rumble. It's got dates and times written all over it. All the times are approximately the same.
That date and time. Sure, right.
You got it. Look, all the other dates and times are all prior to the rape.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she was there and you stopped here.
Chains and spots, whips and spikes, board on the rack. This stuff makes the saw read like Matrix powder.
That doesn't have the control.
You know, I shove forensics into my house once a week just to clean up.
I went through all his closets. A lot of hangers. I don't suppose you found a 44 evidence that he owned them. Not it.
Just found a picture of Louise Billings, the date rape victim, in his freezer.
Got food in the fridge.
Boy knew we'd be here eventually. Practically had us to bust him at the station. He's gone. He's gone for good.
I got a list of all the white village foreclosures that are still empty. We got uniforms looking at them now.
Maybe it'll turn out.
That's the idea. Hey, Vince.
Yeah?
I hear you may be in this guy's society. Squared off the interrogation.
Oh, he's just trying to listen to my head. It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, well, everyone has to be here. It's got this back.
Thanks, John.
You know the phone?
I'm just waiting for Elliot to get back from forensics.
He's just smart. Right.
Electrostatic detection apparatus report.
What the hell's that?
ESDA. Whatever you want to stick for you. Pull up all the writing off the back. Found it lights. Didn't give us a hell of a lot.
Well, what's it got?
List of places, gym, long-term farms, grocery store. Called them all to see if Fitzgerald used any of them. She didn't. This is your gym. Laundry. Pictures.
Yeah. What? Oh.
Who is it?
I didn't need it. I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah. What?
Elliot, what's going on?
Yeah.
Last night lunch offered to give me a good phone.
Lunch did that?
Yeah, it's not like you're missing. This morning you're over to drive me to work in the neighborhood. You have a sedan with you? Which means that you drove all the way uptown from the Queensboro Bridge, drove out the car, picked up the sedan, turned around all the way back downtown to get here? That's a lot of neighborhood, my friend.
Stop it.
Well, Richard White would like me to do.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You don't know what's coming for me. They've gone out of town. You're out.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Forget it. No place. Homicide.
What happened?
Never heard shots fired. Open it and hour ago. Found liquor cards here. Come back. This was cold. Ugly. You know anything about who might be involved? Right now, your guess is as good as ours. You recover any spent rounds? Not yet. Casings from the 4th floor. When you take the casings that were found, you find forensics, check to see if they gave them the same gun that did Karen Fitzgerald. Remember? Got a purple mine?
Richard White, you raped her a few months back.
Waiting for an enemy. It doesn't look like she was raped. Not protecting witness. This one.
Mr. Cummings, I'm Detective Benson. This is my partner, Detective Stabler. What did you do after you heard the shots?
Nothing at first. You know the way you read in the papers, it sounded like firecrackers. It sounded like firecrackers. I just have to go back to bed.
But you didn't.
No. After the shooting, I heard a man's voice say, bitch. He smells paper then. So I went to my front door and I looked at the people. What'd you see? Stocky guy, 40s maybe, headed for the stairs. You saw his face? Yeah. He tried to move directly at my door, like you could see right through it. That's him. Well, he don't look so nuts in the picture.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
When you're through here, you must be your phone. You go and go with me. You got that phone? Well, here you go.
Couldn't see it coming. When that picture of my freezer, it was a witness. Now, it's big stuff.
I'm serious.
Could have offered her protection. This is that job for 10 days.
Okay, well, you know what? I think everyone
Are you going to
There are uniforms. There is homicide out there looking for whites. So let's think about cooperation for a change, all right? I mean, total cooperation. We don't need the glory. We need white off the streets. Deputy Briscoe. Yeah. Get some uniforms. Recheck those empty foreclosures. There's a list at the sergeant's desk. Bunch, Cassidy. I want you to help throw up a wall around Phillips, all right? And then keep at her. Maybe there's some friend of White's or some enemy that she's forgotten. She gives you anything. You need people looking, all right? Cassidy. You got a second? I don't want you out there today.
I need to be on field.
No, come on. You really pissed this guy off. He's focused on you. If he is still in the city, you could be next on his to-do list.
And I need to watch my partner's back.
You'll get him someone else.
Captain, when I first came on board here, you told me that I don't get to pick the Vic. So what if I'm the next potential Vic? The same rule should still apply. Let me do my job.
I want you back here safe tonight. All right, everybody, let's move on. Come on, let's go.
Is that Olivia Benson here?
The one from Australia over here?
Mrs. White, what time did your son get here? Around 1 a.m. He looked at your shovel. Hi. He also wanted to borrow some money. This gentleman I him and he wants to borrow money. He's a paper.
Did you say why you needed it?
I assumed because he had none. But she's never been good with money. He wants his father. Is his father good? He's dead. So, I know. Which of yours is his father that to use me to play on guilt, he thinks I feel, because his father killed himself.
When did that happen?
5 years ago last week. His father was a taker too, like I've been telling him since he was a little boy. I thought he needed to know how the world worked, but he needed to grab control, take things for himself, and yet you still give him money. Here's my son after all. Back to Manhattan. A policewoman